Welcome to another speaker breakdown. This time we are going to break down the lovely, the amazing Jennifer Lawrence and her acceptance speech for an award. And all I can say is, oh, Jennifer Lawrence, whatever shall we do with you? Because this is a study in why being real, being authentic, and not being polished can be an extremely powerful way to make an impression on people. So let's get started off. Let's jump right into it. Miss Lawrence, take it away.
Bradley, that was unbelievable. I just found out about our relationship in the tabloids today, so I think we should break out.
Now, one of the things I like about Jennifer Lawrence is that if you've ever watched her, she has a very tongue-in-cheek kind of sense of humor, and you're going to see this throughout. And I'm guilty of doing this too. My favorite kind of jokes are little digs, just playful little digs. And that's a great little dig to start off her speech.
Thank you, Los Angeles Film Critics Association. I feel like the luckiest person in the entire world to do what I do, and I know how incredibly fortunate I've been as an actress to work on such a diverse and rich movie like Silver Linings. I need to take a breath.
Now, notice something. She's reading, and that's probably the part that we listen to the least. But now, as she's joking around, you see, she's showing everyone she was very nervous, and that was kind of fun. And that's the moment that she came the most alive. And then, of course, it's another one of these little fun little digs at the audience. And remember, they're all these playful little digs that you're going to see. She does it constantly, and she does it in all her other videos too. And that's her personality. And again, it's now that she is showing her nervousness and messing up that we're most engaged.
Genuinely, I'm sorry. Working with David. God, I'm sorry. My heel felt. God, sorry. I'm really not trying.
And she's playing it up.
I'm sorry.
Look,
all
again, here's one of the things that is happening. And this is something I learned from improv a long time ago. And it's a little mental idea you need to kind of embrace. Mistakes are gifts. If you make a mistake in your presentation when you're speaking, it'll probably be the funnest, most interesting part. And that's when your personality will come out the most. And that's when the audience will be more on your side. So if you make a mistake, and everyone is so afraid of making mistakes, that's why we read word for word. Think of that as like, thank goodness I made a mistake, because now everyone has laughed and now I can finally let my personality out, and then just go with it. And watch, she's going to keep going with it because of her kind of like tongue-in-cheek personality. This is literally a gift for her because now she's going to play it up even more.
Okay, sorry. Working with David O. Russell was a chance. I jumped on. I can't do this right now. I'm sorry. Okay.
You see, she's playing it up, and the audience is loving it. Look at all those smiles. Look at all those smiles. Everybody is playing it up. Nobody wants her to go back to reading.
Am I? I'm afraid to look at all of you. Okay. Anyway, shouldn't have looked at Bradley. That was a mistake. Okay, working on with David O. Russell.
Now look, now she's getting a little more calm. Like, she's still nervous, but now that she's had these moments of interaction with the crowd, she's embraced the mistake. She's gotten a few laughs. Watch, she's looking up more and speaking and reading less.
Jumped on before I even read his magnificent script because I am his biggest.
See, she's looking up a little bit.
Silver Linings Playbook has been an incredibly rewarding experience.
There it is. And we want those moments.
I've taken so much away from him as a person and him as a director as well. And
okay, so notice something. Observe yourself right now. Observe yourself. Now we're going back to mode. That's me trying to be polite, spending more energy, looking like I'm paying attention than actually paying attention. And the reason is she's reading again. But not only that, the words that she wrote out and she's reading word for word, when you write word for word, it never sounds natural. So because it doesn't sound natural, it sounds insincere, even though she means it, right? But it has zero impact. We all want her to go back to that other Jennifer Lawrence that was like kind of having fun. Let's see how she recovers, or if she recovers.
Nothing short of brilliant, and I thank him for believing in me and trusting that I could bring something to this role. Still endearing and relatable enough to cause sympathy and give hope.
And there we go again. Okay, right there. When she coughs, I bet you anything, everyone in the audience was hoping that she'd make another joke. That she'd be like, oh my God, this is going terribly. Oh, why did I not cough before I got on stage? You know, people want some of those moments again to liven them up because again, she went from the real Jennifer Lawrence to the professional Jennifer Lawrence.
I can relate to that because as my publicist would say, being inappropriate comes easier to me. Or just being awful.
You see, and here again, she's coughing and she's making the mistakes and she's doing that tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. And this is what's getting the laughs. And now she's got the audience back with her again.
And I'd also like to thank Bradley for being such a generous partner. I couldn't have been luckier to work opposite from him. I'm grateful that he is patient because we've all seen my dancing.
Another fun little joke. Now notice, when you actually make the joke, it's self-depreciating jokes are always great, but when it's a forced joke, it's never as much fun as a spontaneous joke where you embrace the mistake.
Company for championing this film, and my publicist wrote something about Dancing with the Stars, but I don't understand it, so I'm not saying it.
And now we see why it's insincere, don't we? Now we see why the real Jennifer Lawrence goes away when she reads, because these aren't her words. How fun would it have been if Jennifer Lawrence, Miss Lawrence, you fabulous, beautiful woman. I'm single, by the way. But how fun would it have been if you would have just torn that up and spoken from your heart? And I know you're not a public speaker. People have to remember this. Acting and public speaking are not a skill set that interweave very well. People who are really great at public speaking are not good actors and vice versa. So I understand. Like Tupac said, all eyes on me. That changes things. Oh, but Jennifer, you're just so damn charming when you're not reading. God, I think I have a crush. I mean, me and like millions of people around the world.
I know that I sucked at this, and I blew it.
Here it is. Yes, this is what we want.
And I do love you guys. So, thank you.
That's where we wanted. That little part at the end when she came out again, that was fantastic. Jennifer, that's when you saved it at the end. Not that, you know, they're all on your side anyway, right? But when you came out and like when you stopped reading, like, oh my God, and you brought out that little bit of you at the end again, oh, cassé, like just brilliant. And I know you didn't do it on purpose, but I want us to observe this because the big thing we can walk away from Mrs. Lawrence's acceptance speech is the embracing of the mistake. Nobody wants the formality. People want the real you. And if that real you stumbles on words, coughs, and trips, it's just making us love you even more. So that's it for today's Speaker Breakdown. Hope you liked it. And I'll see you next time. Bravo, Miss Lawrence.